It'll take a little bit to kind of show up. Um, so it'll take a little bit. And so I usually, hi guys, not sure if we're on yet. We're checking. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody see me? It's been a while, everybody. Okay, so let's see. So far, I have got, this is my favorite part. So this is my daughter, Eva.
Hello.
And Eva is starting to practice reading cards. And so we decided to do this to help her out. And I see a lot of my friends. This is when you were younger. Well, when I was younger, Eva, there used to be this goofy lady. And I think it was a lady. And she used to hold this mirror up. And she used to say, I see my friend Teresa in Seascape. And she would go, Annie Bear, and my friend Mackenzie, and my friend, who else? Wayne. And she would do this whole thing. So every time I do my hellos, that's what I think of. So yes. Okay, so Spirit, hello, Suzanne. How are you guys? Loud and clear. Lots of hugs to you guys. Hi, lady. Mars. Remember, I'm really rusty. I've been off for a while. And so please be gentle with me. So anyways, hi, Miss Candy. How are you? So, it's about that time I take off my glasses and I squint at you guys. And butterfly kisses. So I would invite anybody who has a deck of cards to pull them out. And so I found my one set, and I can't even remember what they call, and I wish JJ was here. Romper Room. There you go, Tina. Romper Room. So Eva is using the Lenormand and then the fairy deck. And I have that one too, the Lenormand. And I will do my regular reading. But I have the first deck I ever started with, which was Under the Roses.
I have that one too.
Yeah. But, people got really freaked out because it was more of a grayscale, they said, and it was kind of dark. But I think it's beautiful. So
I got the dark vibe from it too, honestly.
I love it. And then, and I'm also using these, and I cannot, for the life of me, remember what they're called. But they're two decks. So they're two decks put. I'll show you the back. They're two decks put into one whole deck. And so there's a red and a blue. And I never kept the boxes, but they have no real meaning. Oh, let me start this. If you guys want a question, please go ahead and say it really big. Otherwise, I won't say it. But so yeah, so I'm going to use these tonight along with my Spidey senses. So yeah. So soul cards. Yes, thank you, Wayne. The soul cards. And Wayne, you know what? When we met up in Salem, and Suzanne and I got those little fingers, I have not been able to find my alien fingers. They're really cute. They have this, they're my alien hands. I'm going to try to find those. That's okay. I'm going to go to Salem soon, and then I'll get some more.
So in October, we'll go.
Yes. Can you put, somebody, whoever said, can you put caps Mackenzie? I caught the Mackenzie. So let me go up. Yeah, if you don't put it in caps, I can't see it. Then I'll have to put my glasses back on.
Mackenzie.
Oh, silver lady. I'm glad I went back up. So.
Not sure.
So Eva has little kids at her house. So pardon my granddaughters.
I can mute them for myself at any time. I can't mute them. So I can
like I can mute them. Sure you can. If you learned how to do that, that would be awesome. Did you figure out if you can star people, Eva?
I don't know how. I just assumed it would be maybe just clicking, but that doesn't seem.
If you scroll over the question, it'll usually.
I think because I'm not like one of the main people, I probably don't know if that's a
Yeah,
choice for me.
I know, Ian, wearing my glasses would be a really good thing to do. So I'm not gonna stay on for too long. So I just want to get a couple of them because I have to go to work. And yeah, it's been a while. Seascape, I think. Here, let me read off what I got so far. So Annie Bear was first, Mackenzie, Seascape, Spirit, Lady Silver, and Mars. That is what I have so far. And so I'm looking for some more. Wayne says don't go to Salem in October.
Yeah, that's probably fair. It's probably packed.
I'm actually planning a move. Yeah. Let's see. I just got Tina's.
There's a Marlowe that said career all in caps. It's not starred yet though.
Got it. Okay. And I think we're going to do one or two more and then that's it. Okay. So, all right. We're going to start with the first one, which is Annie Bear. So Annie Bear would love a mini reading. Annie Bear, is there anything specific you want me to look at?
Bear said, "Can you please tell me how things with Duncan will go?"
Oh, with Duncan. I think I saw that earlier and it was like the way it was written. Let's see. Okay, so Duncan. I'm going to assume Duncan might be a significant other. So, for those of you that have never used the Lenormand, this is what I do. So it's kind of hard when you, Annie, when you phrase a question like that, because the reality is you don't know if it's for you to mainly look at you or to mainly look at Duncan. So, when I use the cards, it sometimes, well, considering like 3 just flew out, I'm going to grab those. Hold on. Okay. And then I always do 5 cards when I'm using it. But I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious if is Duncan, like, is that a significant other or, oh, that's Mackenzie's question. See, that's what's really weird. Was being helpful. Okay. So mini reading. So as far as the Annie Bear, what I usually do is just concentrate on when I zone out, because if you don't know me, I just, Annie's like, I don't know it, Duncan. Well, you do now. No, just kidding. But so anyways, when I zone out, that's the most important information that I personally get. And then I just say in my head, I'm like, okay, so what are we going to talk about? Are we going to talk about money? Are we going to talk about relationships? What are we going to talk about? And whatever pops up. And then I want to throw these back in here since I was thinking about Duncan and talking about Duncan. So what does the near future hold for Annie Bear? So what I'm seeing, and Eva's going to throw cards and then she'll see what, or she'll throw or talk about what she gets. So reading on my channel. Ooh, Annie. Well, that might make sense of what I'm seeing. So puzzle pieces is always things coming together. So when you have puzzle pieces, and so instead of the puzzle pieces being way out here, they're kind of like this, which means that they're getting ready to fix, they're getting ready to come together. So more things coming together. So that's really awesome. Hello, Richie. Hello, Merida. Eva, do you see what you have, or did you get anything?
I am currently muted because I'm being overran. The throne is being overran currently.
So you have 115 subscribers, and that is really good. And I would just keep saying put content on and go with what feels natural to you. You know, even if there's this, so they show me this piece that doesn't look like the colors, don't look like the other puzzle, but it fits nicely. So even if the piece doesn't look like it might fit, do what feels right in your soul. Okay. So really important that you do what feels right in your soul. And then this was the soul card that I picked. And if you can look at her, she's giving birth. She knows what she wants. You know, she's got all of this inside of her. And she is, you know, just kind of in that birth, that space of birth. And then, you know, the quickening is what they give me. There's this other deck that I used to have a long time ago, and it was the quickening, which meant new things coming. So I see a lot of new things for you. Woot, woot. Oh, let me turn off my watch here, because otherwise I might hit it. Eva, are you still muted? She's muting so the grandbabies won't be so loud. And feel free, Annie Bear, to put your channel up there. Awesome. Thank you, Sharon. And I'm going to tag this up because people have asked me and I always forget to do this. So I'm going to put that up there. And then, yeah, if you feel the need to send cash, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. I'm going to take that off now and go back to that comment. I told you I'm rusty, man. Ooh. Okay, so lots of new things coming in. I'm going to go back to where I was. Are you still able to? Are you still on mute, E?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay if it's loud.
I am just taking the feel for it, and yeah, trying to not be a disturbance with my
Okay. We have a really great support system. So I'm excited about going. So I'll be going and visiting my grandkids soon.
Yeah, in like 2 weeks, roughly.
Okay. Okay, so Mackenzie's. Oh, thank you. It's good to be back. And I'll start going. And, you know, Spirit has been blessing me with a lot of gifts. And, you know, I don't have to work as hard anymore. Not like I used to. And that's been a blessing. And my plan is that probably in February, I'll be moving to Salem. So that's my plan. So let's all manifest that. Woo, woo. So, oh, I just made the comments disappear. Okay. God, I am so rusty at this, man.
I don't know what to do at all.
Okay, so Duncan. So Duncan was Mackenzie's. And so can you tell me how things will go with Duncan? I'll tell you what, why don't you throw for Mackenzie? You're like, the girls are being so loud. Just throw for Mackenzie. I'll throw for Duncan. So, are they under the table? Hi. She's all hi. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to throw for Duncan because um, I think what I feel from him is just this. This has nothing to do with you, Mackenzie, but it almost feels like there's a lot going on in his life, and so I'm being pulled with this direction for work and this direction for family and this direction. It's I've got a lot going on, so I would say with that in mind, realize that you may have to really not take that personal, and because there might be times where you want more attention or more something from him, but I just feel so, just I'm being pulled in so many different directions, and it's not things that, it's things that I feel like I have to do, if that makes sense. Okay, Mackenzie, are you still here with us? But that's what it feels like, that I have to do this. I have to go to work. I have to go, and so many different things happening. So keep in mind that, he may be pulled different ways, different ways of doing things, and don't take it personal. Okay. So
All right, sorry, I'm getting my life together. Slowly.
it's
Slowly,
okay.
slowly.
I'm trying to remember how to start the chat on my phone. I'm telling you, it's been so long, guys. Whoa. Have you ever thought about owning your own or removal company, as it'd be a lot easier when you get to move again? No, no, I'm not. No, I'm like, no. Okay. Did you throw for her?
Yeah, no, I moved upstairs away from the kids
Oh,
because
sorry.
my 1-year-old was just at me screaming, so I wasn't able to.
And then, like I said at the beginning, anybody that has a deck, feel free to throw, and we'll talk about it as a group. And I will say this. So sometimes, Mackenzie, I pick up on other things that might be out there. And while Eva's throwing, I would say, um, not this isn't a bad thing, but I just keep hearing what's up with the job for you. Like, what's up with the job? And so, is there something weird or goofy going on there? Hello, Karen. And butterfly kisses.
Is Mackenzie still in here?
I don't know. I've been waiting for her to answer, and I don't see. Mackenzie, are you still in here?
Because what I had thrown for her is the key, the stork, and the lady. I just did a 3 card, so I can do 2 more.
Yeah, see what comes out on the 2.
Her name pops up like she's active.
I know, and I can't. She's not answering. So, but go ahead, Eva. Just go ahead and read what you got. What are you feeling with it?
No. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I got like the key, the stork, the lady, um, the home, and paths. So different
Yeah.
options and
I would say, to me, when I see that, the key, the lady, um, and what did you say?
so I have gotten the key, the stork, the lady, the garden, or the home, and different paths.
Yeah. So different paths. The lady could be well, and I was thinking job. The minute you said that, I go back to job and the key in the home. That could be some new changes with Stork. That's all new things,
Yeah,
new paths and new ways to go. So that's really cool. And I
right by
still
her.
don't see her. Oh, there you go. There you go. I see high littles. That's what I saw. So Mackenzie, new things coming for you is what Eva's picking up. Sometimes what you want to hear is not always what spirit wants to say to you. But with him, I would just say, just be kind and just understand that he may be drawn to other things, other ways that he's got to go to do things. Now, I'm not saying other things or other people. I'm just saying he just seems really, really, really busy. Don't take it personal. And Eva's picking up that you got a lot of things. She got Riyadh got the Eight of Swords, the Sun, the Moon. Something has been struggling with. Come to light. You'll find out in time why he's unavailable. And I would agree with that. Um, it just feels like I'm being drugged in all different directions, and it's something that I cannot help. And once um
He's very busy. Yes, he's a musician,
okay, that
and
makes
he has
sense.
work.
Yep. And then I'm going to tell you, he's going to have family too. There's something that's going to come up with his family. But for you, Eva sees a lot of doors opening up for you. And, she had the stork, the
I had
house.
a key, a stork, the woman, the home, and different paths. So
So that's new directions for you as well. And I just keep seeing work for you, just like different work, different things. So I would say if you're trying something out, it's a really good. The key is a really good door opener, and you're going to find that. So awesome. Hope you enjoyed that and that made sense to you, Mackenzie. So, let's see. Okay, Seascape. My creative block came to an end and I came up with a product to start a business. It's been nil to none on the creativity. Will this be successful? Um, as soon as I was reading that Seascape, what I really saw was there's been a lot of us that have had to really, like oh no, I don't want to do that. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to do this again. Um, so that we've really, like, I just see somebody walking and all of a sudden the brakes just get put on, and we've had to really stop and look at things and reassess things. That's not a bad thing. Um, it's not a bad thing at all. Um, I'm not sure if something else needs to be added or changed up a little bit or something like that, because I see it's a really uh, uh, I see it's a really good thing, but it seems like there's a little bit of
I mean, just
a
as
little
you're
bit of
talking and
uh-huh.
I'm like shuffling, like the mountain has jumped out like twice.
Yeah,
So whatever it is, it's definitely going to be something that is super challenging to get over, but at the top, it's going to be super rewarding.
there you go. And that's how I kind of see it too. It's like we're still not up there. We have this basis. It's really weird. The chat is so slow, guys, that Mackenzie is just now saying, "I'm here. I'm here." So
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
That's probably why she was saying hi littles because the girls were right there.
so yeah, um, yeah. Okay, awesome. I think it'll be fine, Seascape, but there's, for some reason, I just see time, something just taking a little bit more time. And I would say, instead of getting frustrated, there is homework I have to do with it, but happy to put in the work. Awesome. Because it feels like there's a little bit more that you got to do. But the time of it feels really good. So stay in that space of, I know that it's almost like you got one more piece to find out or to get or to something, and then this turns out to be pretty decent. So, yeah. Anything else you want to add, Eva?
No, I was just, shuffling and waiting to like actually pick cards, and um I just the mountain just kept popping out, so I just figured
Yeah.
that was enough. That was all
Yeah.
input that I could give, I felt like.
Yeah. Sometimes it's really that easy. I'm like, that easy.
And for
Okay.
people who haven't wasn't here at the very beginning, so I am just picking up the ropes of it all. I'm still very much in the beginning stages of this journey and like learning all of this. I am the daughter. So I know there's a few people that has joined in. So I had to escape into a different
Room.
room. Yeah. So that way my two toddlers don't wreck the computer.
Computer.
Maud, post a link to Eva, please.
She does not have a YouTube page yet. So
Yeah, I am still so new. I am just barely getting my confidence to speak in this. So I have read my husband and myself.
she'll get it. She'll get it. And I said this was a really great community to start. I mean, I remember, it feels like many moons ago that we had a couple of people, Debbie and I hosted a couple of people, and now they're off and running with their own channels, and it's just really, really awesome. So this is a loving space.
And now you can read me, Elizabeth.
Now you can read me, Elizabeth. It is. It's this very safe space to start.
You know Elizabeth.
Okay, does my man... Yes, I do know Elizabeth. Yeah. Does my Manus guide have a name, and what message does he or she have for me? Thanks. Okay, this one will not come up in the cards. This one you totally got to feel. Immediately what I got to say, Spirit, is they're going to answer to whatever you want to call them, and I think that we have this misconception that everything has a name. And what I keep hearing is, who's to say a tree is actually called a tree? So this entity does not care. It's like, if you wanted to, and he can be very comedic. It's like, I will put a tap hat on if that's what you want to see me as, or I can put this, I can dress down. It's like, what do you want to connect with? What feels right to your soul? Because I have a guide that doesn't even have a name. I just call him Sparkly Dude, because he just looks sparkly to me. And so I don't want to give you that, because you have to do soul searching on that. But know that some of them don't even have names. It's just a thought. It's just the thought of that entity. It's just the thought of that feeling that when you get and they come into your space. So Eva, you'll develop and be great. So yeah, and it's like, I would say that if this makes sense to you, Spirit, there's something about you being really in nature. And I don't know if you're doing it already, but I'm almost hearing more in different places. So instead of, like, for instance,
I just moved the computer.
Oh, I thought it was echoey. It's almost like, instead of going right there to the grass, because they show me right here first, then they're like, go over there to the trees, go over there to the trees. So I would invite you to really kind of go out into wherever. Oh, Spirit Watcher is Suzanne. Oh my God. I just realized who that was, Suzanne.
I spend
You
most time
are,
indoors, she says.
huh?
She said I spend most time indoors.
I know, and that's where I'm getting is like you need to
You
go
can
out.
look out the window. It's fine.
It is fine, but I would much rather have you kick your, kick your, um, gosh, no, Ian. Um, I would much rather,
I hate bugs, she said.
I hate bugs. It's like really all I keep seeing is you putting your feet on the ground and not on the ground on cement, but taking your shoes off and putting your
Grass.
feet on the ground. I hate bugs too; they're gross. But that's what I would suggest, and it's about getting in touch with the Earth's magnetic field. They say, but it's really important for you to do something like that. And all I keep hearing is going to a different space, going to a different space. Um, you know, so you got anything, Eva?
No, I was just.
You're like, no. Okay. To comment about what Ian was saying, he was saying congratulations are in order. No, this is my set, my wedding set that I've had forever, and I just want to wear it because I like it, and I'm
And she
sticking.
also bought it herself. No one bought it for her, so.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, that's what it is. So no
That's a good
congratulations.
eye, though, Ian. That's a good eye. She moves her hand way too much to be seeing rings.
He pays attention. Okay, could I get a
Apologies.
reading for August? What I usually do in this one is I think about the whole, like I have the calendar in my head and I imagine all the days going through in my head, one through whatever, 30, 31, and I just scan through the days really quick and say, how are these days going to go? And just do it that way, like what's to come, what's happening, and then see what pops up and how I feel. And the AC just turned on and it's getting kind of cold in here. So, um, but yeah, let's see. For and this goes for a lot of people, not just for you, lady, but it seems like there have been a lot of what's that moon that's happening tonight, Eva? You posted about that.
Supermoon.
The
It's a
super.
supermoon tonight, and then last night was a blue moon that we won't see until 2026.
There you go. So tonight, for some reason, I'm hearing it's a really good time to get out there and manifest the things that you want, and a lot of releasing and letting go of things. Um, they're actually, and this, like I said, this isn't just for you, lady, but a lot of people who are drawn to what I'm saying right now. And I keep hearing that it would even be okay if if there is if there is something that JJ, and I just keep seeing JJ, if she's got something that you um, resonate with, and to play that, and maybe it's a lion's portal. There's something about that. So I would say if there's some healing thing or releasing thing that you've heard JJ do, that it would be really beneficial to kind of go through that and meditate with JJ's things for some reason. And if I can remember, I'll do light language a little later if I can remember. Um, but did you pull some cards?
I did. I don't know fully, like nothing specific is like popping up as I pull these, but I got the snake, the stork, then the scythe, bouquet, and ship.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, because so the snake can be two things. And so I'll explain it so people understand how I read it. The snake can usually be the snake. I need to write this down so I can get it. Okay. The snake, the Sith, snake. Oh, that don't work.
Snake.
Snake, Sith. Okay.
Snake, stork,
Stork.
Sith, bouquet, ship.
Okay.
And it didn't quite jump out something when I pulled them.
So to me, because the snake reads two ways. Yeah, put your cards in the windows too. The snake can read two ways. So I look at the majority of the cards, which is the Sith, which means cutting things off, getting rid of things. Ship can mean things sailing, things going away. So you have two changes, two cut off things. The bouquet can mean gifts and new things. So if I were to read that sentence, what that sentence would mean is all of these things that are kind of and I think I said the snake reads two ways, which can be all this kind of the bad stuff that happens in life. But then in my head, if I see the snake, like the skin coming up, oh, you want me to put that up again? When I see the snake shedding its skin, to me, that always means changes. And then when you look at the ship and the Sith, that's changes and things moving and things cutting off. So it's a really good thing that, and go back to what I said about getting rid of things and things that you don't need and manifesting. And that's a really good time. But I don't see August being a bad thing. For all of us, I see it as this new kind of change to really decide what you want in your life, what you don't want in your life, getting rid of stuff, and so, yeah. Do you have it? Because I always hate to leave that there. I get bored with it. Oh, no, not that. Oh, you should see what's happening on my end. It's crazy. So, okay. August. Hopefully that helped. Okay. Oh, yeah. Been having a lot of transition trouble with a new diet and health. Mars. Oh. Okay. I really, the first thing that comes up, Mars, have you ever thought about Candida? It's basically an overgrowth of yeast in the body. And, that's honestly what I'm seeing is just if someone has way too much yeast. And I would ask, me personally, looks cool. Yeah. Mars, if you're out there, if you could make some comments, because that is what, people don't realize that. Did you see that comment? Yeah, put that practice group up there. People don't realize that your gut is your second brain. And so it really, that's what I keep seeing is, I would pay really close attention to the intestines and really try hard. Thank you very, very much. I can't tell. I just know someone just thank you. I really appreciate that. And I'll send half to Eva.
Not doing any work.
Hello, Tarot Stash. But I would say that I really think you really need to pay attention to your gut health, first of all. And Mars, what I did, and I'm not if you think about it, talk to your doctor about this, but I personally decided, and this is weird, and I know some of you guys are going to go, oh, I personally went all carnivore. And I started realizing that I was actually hurting myself doing vegan, and I was getting sicker, and I was getting, I just was so much inflammation. And I don't know if you've ever thought about that, but although weird it sounds, it actually, I started losing, I think I've lost total of 30 pounds. I'm not having the stomach issues I was having before. Yeah, carnivore diet for 3 days. It's hard, Mars. It
For
really is.
31 days, he
Oh,
said. Yes,
30.
I'm a carnivore diet for 31 days.
Yeah, it is hard. Um, but just keep pushing at it. I went ahead and, I'll use,
A steak.
yeah, we went and had steak. Um, when Wayne came out, I went and had steak. And I do cheat once in a while because I just think it's kind of ridiculous to not cheat, but I really try to stay away from all the starches and the sugars and all of that. But it is a hard, hard diet to maintain. And you just reach out. I'll talk to you about it. Shit. I know it's hard, you know? But I would say just keep with it. It's going to take some time. You're going to plateau, but then you keep you keep doing it, and you'll get better. But it is a very, very hard.
I have no
Yeah, lady
cravings,
said she got,
just damn tired.
huh?
That I have no cravings, just damn tired.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, it takes a while. Um, but
Doesn't
hopefully
eat veggies.
yeah. I don't really consider potatoes veggies, but hey. So, but yeah, keep going, Mars. I mean, it is a hard diet, I know. Um, but I just really am like the first thing I saw was the candida in the stomach. And so that is really the first thing that I saw. And that's where we got to get your gut biome better. And I don't know if you want to try, probiotics or putting some probiotics into that as well. And but I would go that route. So I'm really proud of you. It's a hard one to keep up. So, but keep going. So, yep.
Mine just fed right off of yours, which was just that it's like a decision that could be like super challenging to work through, super hard, but with community is kind of what the cards that I was getting, with a community and with like people who are there to help support you and help give you different suggestions, guide you, whatever it may be, give you that education that's really going to help push through too, is just to keep going. So that's kind of just what I got, which goes hand
Yeah.
in hand with what you were saying.
Well, it is, and it's a hard thing to do because if you're doing it 100% correct, you're not even supposed to put any, um, like no garlic powder, onion powder, or anything.
Oh,
You
I
just,
cook with
yeah, me too, me too. Online
all
carnivores,
seasoning.
yeah. So there's also meetup groups, Mars. Um, on meetups, there's also a carnivore support group. And I went there a couple of times, but they really were, they were way above my head. And I was like, this does not feel like my space. But it definitely, keep doing it. And remember, you got to put a lot of salt on that. So you got to use a lot of salt. And as weird as this sounds, as soon as I started putting more salt on my meat, my acid reflux started going away. So, yeah. So keep it up. Keep it up. Reach out if you ever need to vent. I totally get it. So, all right. Can I have a general reading from Spirit? Tina. Tina, are you still here? Tina. The chat is going pretty slow, which makes it kind of hard sometimes. Yes. Salt, electrolytes, and digestive enzymes. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? It takes, like you said, it takes a while because your body is trying to, oh, Tina's here. Cool. Your body's trying to understand to break down that other source of fuel. And so it took me almost a month and a half. So you're spot on with detoxing and the candida. Yeah, it took me almost a month and a half before I was actually somewhat normal. Um, so yeah, just be gentle with yourself. So okay, Tina. It's really weird, Tina, because I am really trying to focus on you. Um, but I keep getting drawn to somebody like somebody else comes in, and I'm trying to figure out, is that because someone else is consuming your time, or do you have someone else on your mind that because I keep trying to focus on you, and then someone else just keeps walking in. So do you know what that is? Susie Q, if you got skipped, it was because I honestly didn't see it. So feel free, Susie Q, to write it again um, and put it in big caps so I can see it.
Yeah, we're trying to catch it as it comes.
Yeah, because if I'm staring off to the left, I don't. And if I took my glasses off, I don't see it. But so does that make sense, Tina? Yeah, red meat is hard. Tina, red meat is hard to digest, but you can also do eggs and chicken and fish and shellfish if you're not like me and allergic to it. But it's all different types of meat. It's just not red. I have my daughter and my granddaughter, maybe. Yeah, it just feels like, I'm trying to focus on you, but then automatically it's like I want to turn my head and focus over here. And so I'll just say what I got to say about them, and then we'll see what Eva pulls for you. But um, whatever, yeah, my adult children are giving me grief. That makes sense, because it's like I keep trying to focus on you, but I've got to turn my head here. And I would say that there's two parts to this. First and foremost, remember that sometimes, they keep saying, teach a man to fish. What is that saying? Like,
I a man to fish, or you can teach a man to fish. And if you teach them to fish, then they have food that they can provide themselves forever. But if you just buy it, that does not
yeah.
help them teach them anything.
And so remember that sometimes as parents, we want to help out. We want to do things for them. We want to make it easier. But at what point are you taking the lesson away from them? And so have really good boundaries about not doing too much, even if it's just worry, they say, because we worry about our big kiddos. Um, okay, I got your question. But it's like, just be careful that you're having good boundaries with how much you worry about them, and how much, and understand that, perception is reality. I mean, just because they perceive it to be that way does not necessarily mean that it was that way. Um, I don't know why this is important to say to whoever's out there, but I saw, they're giving me this thing that I heard the other day. And the guy said, a, a brother and a sister could have grown up in the same house, but the reality is they're going to have different parents. And, what one will perceive is because they did have, and I'll just put it like this to Eva, so I may have treated Eva differently because she was a female, as opposed to Nathan because he was a male, and so you showed up differently for them, and you did the best that you can do. So don't get stuck in this twisty twirly thing. Does that make sense to you? Okay. I hope that makes sense to you, Tina, because that's all they keep saying. So just be careful with the kiddos, and just don't own anything that doesn't belong to you. And you did the best that you could do, and they really need to stand up, stand up and do things. Don't do it for them. What'd you pull, Eva?
No, when I keep pulling for Tina, it all just comes out super, super jumbly, and it does not make any sense to me right now. So I just was trying to see if I could focus harder because I just am distracted.
Well,
And see.
and that really, it does make sense. It really does make sense. Kim C, we are not going to take any more questions after yours. Okay. It really does make sense, because even though she has her own things and her home problems, her kids come out stronger and more intense, because that's she's like me either. you know but
Yeah, sorry. I'm like trying to focus on you, and I'm like trying to like bring out like what does Tina need to know, but I just keep getting like stuff that just does not make sense to me, and I'm like having a hard time even piecing it together. So I'm just trying to really think about it. But yeah, it's almost like a blanket is over my eyes or something, and I just
yeah, and that's
or someone is like rearranging things, and half of it feels like it could be for someone and half feels
mhm.
like you. So yeah, I don't know what I'm getting
It's
over here.
really hard when that happens. Okay, Miranda, I did get yours, because I know I tried to. Don't worry about it. I got yours. Um, I really tried. When you have that, and you see it feels like a blanket over me, now you'll know that that would be your sign that you can't see much, because there's something out there that she's like, they are taking over this reading. Pretty much, yes. Um,
So
uh,
like what I just pulled makes a little bit like it doesn't seem so like scatterbrained of a reading, I guess. It was just like a masculine type figure, whether it is a man or someone that holds more of a masculine type like figure when it comes to like your home, family, some kind of structure like that. And like they're like the stability of it. Like I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the only one that has come out that does not feel completely scattered.
it's true, but now that would be your sign. So you pay attention. For those of you that are starting to read, you pay attention to those little things, because when you think this isn't this isn't making sense to me and I'm not picking it up, you really are picking it up. Kim C, yes, my hair was a lot different, and yes, I used to read with Scott on Sundays for a little while, and I chopped off most of my hair. It's starting to grow back. It's long, but it just boing. It's so tight curls. And I stopped dyeing it all purple, and now just my grays are purple. But yeah, it's me. It's me. It's still me. So I let's see.
I don't know if that was any help at all, but hopefully with more thought or more time it kind of clicks together. It might not even, yeah, who knows.
Okay, Marlo, are you in here? So who I have left is Marlo, Karen, Susie Q, Kim C, and Marita. I know I jack up some names. Okay, so thank you. I'm glad you found me again too. I didn't know I was lost. No, just kidding. I haven't been on. I haven't been on for a while, just because. Oh, bam. Uh, uh, I already know the answer to that, but go ahead, start. She wants to know if she applied for a supervisor position. Um, so yeah. I I just to tell everybody, I mean, of course, a lot of people knew what was going on, and I don't want to rehash all of that, but life has, um, definitely, I have been working like crazy. And I finally ended up deciding to just break down and get a roommate. And so that has been a really good blessing. And um, uh, it turns out to be one of my best buds. And so that's been awesome. And I'm going to be moving again because this apartment again is going up and it's ridiculous how much they charge here. And so, yeah, so the plan is to move. Exactly. Life happens, Wayne, and you just learn and you grow. But the plan is to move to Salem because I really like it out there. And it's pretty, and it's nice, and it's closer to the water, which is where I really want to be. So, um, you want me to go, or you want to say what you got for cards?
Let me just see if this goes in hand with what you have. So go first, because sometimes it doesn't make sense until you start talking, and I'm like, oh, okay.
You see it. So the first thing I got is when I was reading, I applied for supervisor. I thought this is a really good thing. Now, I'm not saying that you will get it. I'm saying this is a really good thing. Um, and I think that, I just see you shining. I see it could possibly be a really good thing eventually. Now, the reason why I say this could be a good thing is because if you don't get this now, I would like you to keep trying for it. Okay. Hello, Ron. Hello, Candy. Um, but I think it'll be a good step. Um, I'm really curious. What do you do? Pisces, your greeter, your name keeps coming up, and I'm like, there's Pisces greeter, yay. What do you actually do, Marlo, if you don't mind me asking? Um, but I do feel like this is going, please know that this is going to be, Elizabeth says she's going to move us in that direction too. I'm not mad about it, I don't think. I think it's going to be so awesome. I really like it out here, Elizabeth. It's really cool. Very pretty out here. But what do you do, Marlo? Because I think it will be something good. I work in retail. I think it will be something good, but I also feel like you're going to have some challenges that will come up. And as long as it's really weird because they say as long as you put your head to the grindstone, it'll be fine. But if you get it, I think it'll be awesome. But if this is going to be kind of confusing, if you don't get it, keep trying. Keep trying, uh, because they'll see your shine. What you got, E?
Yeah, so I just pulled a 3-1. That's just what I felt like kind of doing this time. But it was the Anchor House and Child.
Anchor, house, and child. So
Uh-huh.
the anchor. What do you see with the anchor when you see it?
I see just like the stability in it, the safety net of knowing that like when you do get it, like it's there and you
Yeah.
know that you can like keep using it in that sense.
And then the anchor, the child. What do you see with the child?
Something that's new, something that is like the start of something basically.
Yeah. And what was the other one?
The house,
The
which
house.
again to me just goes to more like stability and like your
Yeah.
routine of stuff,
Yeah.
your safety.
That's exactly it. Awesome. Does that make sense for you, Marla? So new things coming. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Hopefully that helped you out, Marlo. Okay. So we've got four more and then we're done because my batteries are wearing out. You guys know when I haven't done this, I could go for 2 hours, but not. I'm out of rack. Karen, I would love a mini reading regarding what spirit is seeing for me. And in my head,
Work in a
so everybody,
military base.
Oh, she works at a military base. Oh, oh, Marlo works at a military base. Very cool. Um, so in my head, what I usually say was, "What does the near future hold for?" And then I say the name, and it's always helpful when I have a picture there. But if I don't, I imagine a silhouette in my head. I imagine a silhouette and what that person looks like, and say, what does the future hold? Is there anything important that needs to see? Um, so immediately I just get kind of giggly and happy. And so there's going to be some, it feels like there's going to be some new things coming for you that are really going to be a blessing in disguise, you know, little things that you don't expect. And what I would say is that remember that if spirit is going to give you exactly what you put out. So put out good things and keep your life positive and keep your thoughts positive and because I just see a lot of really tiny blessings is the best way I can say it, Karen. um, Tiny blessings. And on a serious note, are you like me where I sit here and tell people my name's Karen but not the bitchy Karen? you know uh, I now have say that anymore because you got to say that. Hey Eva, I tried to post my information for you, but I think it was blocked. I will send it to Karen for
Okay.
you. Okay. Yeah.
She could definitely pass it along. Yeah, I was actually keeping my eye out for that, and I didn't see it. So thank you for keep
Yeah,
trying.
Marita, it's really weird because sometimes, like, I don't know how you guys do it, Sharon and all you guys when you post that stuff. Every time I try to do it, I can't even post my own website. It blocks me, which is very odd. But so yeah, just send it to me and let's see, my email. Let me put that banner up. So, because my email is basically um what is my email? Oh, I thought my email was on there. It's not. I have to look at my email. Isn't that horrible?
That is actually kind of horrible.
I don't write to myself. Let's see. Karen dot sagehealers@gmail.com. Let me see if I can put it on there. Healers.com. Oops, I didn't even spell my first name right. I know, huh? Wayne's making fun of me. Y'all know I suck at this. Oh, that's not right. It's at gmail.com. So Karen Sage Healers at gmail.com. So what what cards did you pull?
So I just pulled the book, Sun, Fox, and Stork. So what kind of pops up to me is just like potentially like focusing on like learning something.
Yeah.
Um, trying to like piece it together in my head because like the only thing that I keep pulling back to is just like really learning something, looking up something. Um,
I would
and then
or I would even say writing things down, you
yeah,
know, writing things down and the sun is a really important card because that sun really is like, oh, really good stuff happening. So I like that you pulled the sun card, and I just kept get drawn to really good, happy things coming. Those little tiny blessings, those things that make you kind of happy. Well, let me get this out of here. Boom. Bam. I'm like, where am I? Okay, I think that's where I'm at. There we go. Yeah, so really new things. But that would make sense because Karen stepping into new spiritual things as well. So whatever resonates with you on that. So, okay. Awesome. Hopefully that helped you. Okay, Susie. Susie Q. Okay, I was wearing a ring on my middle finger yesterday morning. I woke up and it was on my index finger. How did it get there? I all of a sudden, Susie, for some reason, I literally feel like my middle finger is starting to swell up and hurt really bad. And it is odd because you actually take it off and switch. And I know that you're probably not wanting to hear that, but I just feel
That's
my hand, my,
exactly what I felt too. Is just like in your sleep, you are asleep,
yeah,
and you don't even know, and you're switching it.
yeah, because my finger literally, my middle finger hurts, and I go like
Ah,
this and I switch it, which is kind of amazing that it stayed on the other finger. But that's what I feel is like the tightness of my middle finger just is outrageous. So yeah, hopefully that helps. And then it's really funny because hello, Debbie. Debbie's on. I
long
hope you're
time no
feeling better.
see.
So yeah. So yeah, both of us feel that way. It's like and the pain in my hand is just like unbearable. And but it's really weird because as weird as this sounds, you actually have someone in your ear going, you need to switch that. And so they're telling you that you need to switch it because it's starting to affect you. So good call paying attention, in your sleep anyways. Yeah. All right. Hopefully that helps. Nightmare neighbors. Um, Kim, if I had nightmare neighbors like you do, because these people get me anxious, um, I would put some black obsidian, whether it's on like if you share a wall, I would put some black obsidian on the wall. If you share a fence, I would line some black obsidian up against the fence. You can't control them physically, but you definitely can control them spiritually in the aspect of whatever I throw at you, black obsidian will bounce it back the other direction. And so I would start manifesting and imagining being somewhere else or seeing that separation, whatever. And keep in mind, um, separation doesn't mean that you move. You can because they're all saying it's teeter totters and choices. But the first minute I peeked in, it's like you've got to, and they keep saying salt too. I don't know what it is about salt. So if anybody knows what the salt thing is, please explain. But literally, he's a 3-time felon and he lives next door. So I would literally put black obsidian and salt, um, and start manifesting that you change, that you find something, protections up and do return sender spells. There's something about black obsidian and salt. That's all I keep hearing. And literally, it's the oddest thing because I've never seen this. It's not something that I know, but they're literally showing you digging up all the way, like about an inch, um, up against the if you want to do this, the lawn, and putting salt in that. It's a little tiny like this one, because it's nasty. The energy is heavy, um, but they just keep saying salt and obsidian, um, and then very odd. If you wanted to put mirrors, they have these mirrors, and I've seen them. They're round, I would say they're of Eastern medicine or Eastern. They're round, and then but they've got like an octagon or something like that. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? And it's got this writing around there, and they're saying if you could put those on the side of your house where it bounces back to, because this is more of just keeping the that barrier wall or that protection wall up. But it's like try things that you have one. Okay, if that makes sense to you, because I just keep seeing that thing. Put that on the wall. Put a couple. I would put a couple all the way down the wall so it bounces that back. Um, but it is really a decision whether you want to move. Salt will be a protective barrier, like when casting a circle. Okay, I'm like okay. um, yeah, but that is really, really huge, they say. Because not only, like I said, some things you can't do physically, but spiritually, we don't want that yucky dark coming on your side. So they just keep saying, do that. Okay. Did you get anything, Eva, or did you throw?
Yeah, I did throw.
Yeah.
I got like the male masculine figure with a rider, which to me is like something that's happening kind of quick in a way, maybe something like
Mess.
that. I got the tower, garden, and lily next. So to me, it seemed more like physical than it did spiritual with like actually like physically. I don't know if you live in a house or an apartment, but in my head, it was an apartment and that was like moving like spaces in that sense.
Well, and so sometimes the tower can
A
represent
house. Okay.
court, a house. Sometimes the tower can represent court. Can you tell me those again?
Oh, sorry,
The
me. Yep.
tower.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so it was a man and rider, tower, garden, and lily.
Tower, garden, and lily. Um,
Yes.
uh, Sometimes the tower can represent court. So what I would say, Kim, is I'm not advocating going up against them this way, but you got to do what you got to do. I mean, if you're more wanting to move, that really seems like the better way to do it. But that tower, as soon as she said tower, that's what struck me as court. So we want to stay away from that because I don't want you get, it just, you got to do what you got to do. But the man, the writer, the tower, it could be him going to court for something. Um, so, yeah. And then garden was where a lot of people are. Um, Lily to me always means that it's going to work out in your favor. That's how I read those. Yeah, you don't want to provoke, that's for sure, because he's not mentally right. Because when I focus on his head, I literally go bong bong, and so he's not all mentally there. So you don't want to do that, but definitely protect yourself, and I think it's going to be okay. But I would manifest that you're moving. Yeah, he's on probation. I would manifest the move. That's what I would do. Where do you want to move to? East from where you're at. Where are you thinking of moving, Kim? Hello, Deanne. Long time no see, darling. All good. Thanks, advice. Eva, do you remember Deanne? She came to our house for Thanksgiving and we played Cards Against Humanity.
I would have to see a picture, honestly. You're
I'll
in
show you
Michigan?
Michigan. Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully that helps. But sorry, don't huff vitamin water. It's never good. Okay, can I have a message from my spirit guides? My birthday is on Thursday. Woo, woo. Happy birthday to you. Um, let's see. Do, 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 do. Um,
Hey
this is,
Taylor.
this is the weirdest thing. I see rice. I don't know why I see rice. Huh. Okay. So, Marita Mirror. I had a post earlier. Can I have a message from Spirit? Um, Freebird says happy birthday. So sometimes the sometimes it comes out like a movie, and yours is coming on like a movie. And so um yeah. Debbie, are you feeling better? Um it's coming on like a movie, and it's very weird. So at first they're having you walk this path, and they're making me pay really a close attention to the path, and the path has these black stones. And then all of a sudden the path changes, and now I've got a river running underneath me, and I'm walking over a bridge. And then I get off of that, and then I'm just on a dirt. On the other side it's just dirt, and then I'm walking again, and now I've got um, woods. And so I was telling them, well, that doesn't make much sense to me. And I don't know why, but then they have me turning around going, look at all these paths that you have crossed. Look at all this. And I don't know why it's so important, Marita, but it's like, look at where you've been. And they've got me patting my own back. And this is they're showing me in your eyes. And it's like, you ever see that time where it's almost like a time in your life to really reflect on all these paths that you've walked. And it is not about going, I did this wrong or I did that wrong. This is a path of, oh my gosh, exactly, Suzanne. Remember what you came through, remember what you've been through, and look at how strong you've been on so many things. And one time Debbie said something to me. She said, you're not a survivor, you're a thriver. And it's like really kind of stepping into your and they do this lion's roar for this lion roar woman thing. It's like, look at how terribly strong you are. And just it's really a time to reflect. And again, not on anything that you think maybe you coulda, shoulda, wouldas, but how strong you've been through so much. And to continue to walk, they're like, walk down your path and beat your drum on whatever's important to you. So happy birthday, my friend. So now's the time to just really rejoice in you and all that you are. What you got over there, E?
Interesting. I got the heart, coffin, whip, tree, and stork.
So what would you?
So, I mean, at the beginning, it's kind of like hard to get with between like the heart and the coffin because I feel like I can't fully get that. But when it comes to like the whip, tree, and stork, it's like the repetition of whatever you're doing. But like at the end, it's like the healing, the growth, and like the newness that comes after that. But this beginning half that I'm like kind of stuck up on.
The heart and the coffin is, so oftentimes we see a coffin and we think it's negative, but it really is about, just kind of like, to me, change and
That's
putting
just
almost
turning the
drop.
next page.
Mm-hmm. And so, she said that's a great message. Sometimes we forget to pat ourselves on the back. It really is about putting things in. When you said coffin, the funny thing in my head was I saw literally somebody taking a hammer and the nail and just closing all those things that don't serve you, closing that up, you know? So it really is a time to celebrate you, you know? So I should have wrote
Way
those
the
down.
what ifs and the pains and all of that
Yep.
start to
So
grow.
happy birthday, my friend. So I hope that resonates with you. Okay. Oh, I guess that's it. That was our last one. All right. Good, because I'm starving. I haven't eaten.
I was eating a smoothie this whole time.
Well, thanks, guys, so much for joining us, and I appreciate you. We've been on for about an hour and 20 minutes, and hopefully we'll see Eva again. Hopefully we didn't scare her too bad.
I say unless I go run in the closet and just hide.
So, all right, guys, love you. Thank you so much for joining us, and have an extremely blessed night. And don't forget about that moon tonight.
Thank you all for bearing with me and being part of me learning and picking up the ropes and stuff.
Yeah.
I will definitely
Right.
get that learning stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.